brother, not nation. He's a brother. And you sent me films and all that. And I was like, wow. So could you tell us, what should Black people know about Scientology, brother? What's the big deal, really?
I would tell our people to study Jonestown and Jim Jones first, and also look at the history, because one has to understand history in order to really understand the present many times. And there's no history of any Black leader standing up and defending us against Jim Jones. We're talking about something that happened in 77 and 78. There's no history of anyone denouncing them or standing up, representing us, protecting us, loving us, giving us a voice, of allowing Jim Jones to take almost 1,000 people and do a mass suicide in South America. So in other words, if nobody even defend our community against a cult and a cult leader, a lot of people don't understand that Jim Jones tried to enter the Nation of Islam 3 times. And those times by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He would contact the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and try to join the Nation of Islam. So understand the fact that he's trying to get a foot in the door as a known CIA informant. Later on, they found that out. So in other words, how did he end up getting a foothold into, because some of those people were even Muslims that got killed over in Guyana. So that was a former CIA territory that was used for training that they used for Jonestown. So we have to understand that history, and then understand that another cult like Scientology is just as bad, if not worse, than People's Temple. So how are you? Some of them are the same players. I produced the audio of Jim Jones endorsing Minister Farrakhan to be the Nation of Islam leader. That's not to be underestimated. Of why would Jim Jones be endorsing him to do this, and at the same time, this cult of Scientology is trying to get a foothold into our Black community. A major technique of what Scientology uses is called love bombing. Again, it's called love bombing. They love bomb you by embracing you, by saying, look, brother and sister, we're a member of your neighborhood. We have this top of the line, state of the art facility. And you know what? You can use our facility for free. For free? For free. Only because we want to be your neighbor. We want to be your friend. In other words, anyone's parents should already tell them all money ain't good money. So just because somebody is offering you something, even in the Bible, if you believe in the Bible, even in the Bible, the devil takes Jesus up to the mountaintop. And he tells Jesus, look, if you just follow me, in other words, if you just give me your will, if you just follow me, you can have all of this. Jesus looked at him up at the mountaintop and he said, get ye behind me, Satan.
That's right.
In other words, I'm not for sale. In other words, there's nothing that you can give me of me giving my free will of what you're trying to give me. You can open up the doors and I see your brand new facility and your top of the line, state of the art stuff. And I understand that there's strings attached to that and there's a hidden agenda that you want, damn devil. And no, I'm not going to take that. I would rather walk. I would rather talk on a street corner on a milk crate the way that this land and this territory and this neighborhood has always done before I accept standing behind your brand new microphone and your Bose surround sound speakers. To hell with you. I'd rather stand on the milk crate and talk directly to the people. So thank you, but no thank you. We have to understand that there's some things a self-respecting Jew will not follow a Nazi. A self-respecting human being will not sit there and go to their oppressor, because L. Ron Hubbard, he stated himself that he was the reincarnation of Cecil Rhodes. Cecil Rhodes is a colonizer and an oppressor of African people. So how is this man saying that he is the reincarnation of Cecil Rhodes? He would dress like him. He would go to South America and have the black servants. This is L. Ron Hubbard doing this. Have the black servants and everybody calling him this terminology. So he tried to set up his own statehood like Rhodesia. So this is not to be underestimated of a wicked devil like L. Ron Hubbard. And they set up strategically locations in Inglewood, California, Harlem, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida. This is chess. And you are the prize, the pawn, or are you going to stand up and represent and defend your people? Because again, there was no history of people standing up for us against Jonestown. Are you going to lend your voice and help defend us today against a cult like Scientology?
Powerful, powerful words. Brother Ishmael, what types of
Yes, sir.
things from your research, and by the way, family, Brother Ishmael goes all over the country and is paid to teach people about this. I see him with a whole audience of white folk. They enthusiastic. Ask Mr. Bey, tell us about this, tell us about that. So this man is respected with regard to this information. Brother Ishmael, give us a sense of some of the things that this white racist cult does to members. And this is not just black folk, family. This is middle class and rich white folk they do this to. Break it down for us, Brother Ishmael.
Yeah, I think that people, they may think that it's different or it looks unusual to have someone like an actress like Leah Remini invite me on her show. She's a member of and her producers are members of the forum that I have on Facebook, Scientology Invasion of the Black Community. So in other words, there's no other location online that has that information on that volume on that specific topic. It's specialized for that, and that forum was created for that. So in other words, for me to even be in the circles of Leah Remini, for her to say, can you come to Hollywood and come on my show? It means, number one, my job was to interview her. The producers actually had stopped the production while we were talking and kind of asked the question, are you interviewing her? Or is she interviewing you? Well, goddamn it, I'm only here to interview you. I'm here because somebody gave me a document showing that you were financing Nation of Islam members. So I'm here to find out if that's true or not. So that's the only reason why I'm here. I'm not here to talk with you. You mean nothing to me. But the job is for me to find out, are you financing these people? And she produced the receipts. To her credit, she produced the receipts and proved that she was paying Nation of Islam members for them to take Scientology courses, and furthermore was giving a personal loan to the West Coast minister for him for him and his family. So they were taking personal money as well as financing Scientology lessons from Hollywood actresses and Hollywood actors.
How much? Talk about the types of money people spend to take these classes with Scientology and how that impacts the Black community in particular.
Absolutely. Scientology itself is a pay-as-you-go religion. So in other words, you're not getting any of the upper spiritual lessons unless you pay up front. Now, that sounds strange to other people, but this is a money-making mechanism. So in other words, if it's a pay-as-you-go religion, in order to get what's called the status of clear, it's going to take you approximately about maybe a good maybe $100,000, $200,000 to get to certain levels of Scientology. To get to the upper, what's called OT levels or operating Thetan levels, it's going to take you about $300,000 to $400,000, if not more, of your money. And they do certain schemes in order to get access to those funds, knowing how to maximize credit cards, how to get credit cards in your name so that you can pay for these lessons. They start getting into real estate scams. They start getting to all these various different things in order to get money. They actually are doing fundraising now sometimes to actually pay. They do crowdfunding to pay for Scientology lessons. So we are already broke. We are already on the bottom of the totem pole of the economic scale here in America. The last thing that we need as a people is a false savior. The last thing we need is someone who's going to exploit us and take advantage of us when we're looking for God. We're looking for guidance and we're looking for love. You're not going to find that in no goddamn L. Ron Hubbard. He was a known Satanist. And the thing is that the information has been shown and proved. And we have his audios of him admitting to so many things. So the choice is really going to be up to you and what you're made of. Now, if your ancestry is that of a sellout and a coon, you're going to be genetically predisposed to coon. If you are within you to have a warrior spirit within you, you're going to say, get ye behind me, Satan, and you're going to walk the line and hold the line for your people. And that's really what you're finding out today. There's a lot of people who are genetically predisposed to fall for the, to drink the Kool-Aid. And that's what we're trying to say. Don't eat the bean pie. Don't fall for it. Just stand strong for your people. And we're giving you an opportunity to do so. So we're not just telling you what not to do. We're creating avenues for you to actually create a nation of your own.
That's right. Now, brothers and sisters, if you look at the screen, you see that we have scrolling on it some very important information if you want to follow up with Brother Ishmael after this, going forward. He has a very popular Facebook discussion group called Scientology Invasion of the Black Community. I'm a member. I suggest y'all get in that so you can get very precise information. They got videos, they got articles, the whole nine. But I think Brother Ishmael made the point clear. Stay away from the shit. Straight up. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Stay away from that. The same people that you protest against in the police force and the imperialist military, the legislators, are made of the same stuff of the people that run Scientology. And I don't know about you, family, but when I hear white men with money and big degrees and power crying as they recall how this little 5'8" or whatever he is dude punching them, got people following you around when you say, I don't want to be a part. They following you around. They got private investigators. It's ridiculous. They broke in government offices, stole information. So they had dibs or private embarrassing information on members so they could blackmail them, pardon the term, then that tells me, well, shit, they doing that to the white man. I know what they're going to do to me. So I think, Brother Ishmael, we thank you for that valuable service. We know that has pit you against some powerful forces. And we know that's taken a lot of sacrifice on your end. And again, if you want to know more, go to that Facebook discussion group, family.